Today we'll start the supplier chapter or procurement chapter, you can call it end to end. So let's begin. So just like customers setup, we had a requirement of custom category, custom group. Payment terms is like can be used for both supply and customer. No need to create it again. So we have to create a supplier category, supplier group, and then we have to create a supplier, and then we'll move to supplier invoices, individual things, and then we'll go to end-to-end cycle. We'll see the requisition BP, we'll see the purchase order creation. From that we'll see receipt creation, we'll see supply invoice creation, and then expenses. So big work to do. Let's begin with supplier groups. So maintain supplier group. Hmm. Why I forget, this is some other idiot. So supplier name. Let's think about a unique name. Adani. Yes, we'll say Adani. Default reference type हम discuss करी चुके हैं, just like a payment gateway, like Paytm, phone pay, so no need to go through this again. ठीक है.
Okay.
Credit card is just like a credit card. You can set up a credit card also, supplier credit card. Restricted to companies. Again, if you want to use the supplier for a particular company, like GMS USA, just mention the company hierarchy name, like this, and then you will not be able to use it for any other company. DUNS again, Dun and Street number is a global number or given by a credit rating agency. That's a number given by them, unique number. So if you have that for the supplier, add it. It gives you credibility and reliability also. And supply category, supply group we already discussed. Acha, customer account number. Now people ask कि भैया why customer account number? If you have anything, you can just mention that. Certificate of insurance date. If this is an insurance based supplier, then you can put the insurance date. And when we would be giving discount to this from the supplier, so what would be excluded or what you want to exclude? Freight amount, tax amount, other charges like that. So we'll not get into this. Okay. Default reference type we already discussed. Credit card we have discussed. This is good one. Default supplier payment memo. When we would be printing checks for supplier, okay, at that time you can print a certain text on the check. Thanks for providing goods and services to us. Something like this, huh? Like sweet text for them. Always separate payment when we would be processing the payments for the supplier. Okay, suppose there are 10 payments for the supplier. So instead of clubbing that into one payment, we are saying that we'll send 10 different checks to the supplier. So click on this. Do not pay during bank account update. So somebody else is updating the settlement bank account of the supplier. Just like supplier informed us that now my bank account has changed and please process all the payments from now onward to this bank account only. So what would happen is if somebody else is updating and you are also processing the payments and this is checked, right? Then the payments would not be processed because this has been checked. Means once until unless someone is done updating details, the payments will not be processed. So this is like created by the integration team. Let's see if we have anything. All integration systems. So basically, the integration team creates a web link from our account to the supplier account. And anytime we process the payment from our account to supplier account, like for EFT and direct deposit and all those things, this integration would come in use handy, and this integration will process the payments from our account to supplier account. So right now there are many. Let's see. Normally, it's the naming convention is remittance. Let's see if someone has created the same thing. This is the common one, remittance. Yes, good. And just like customer, if you have any proposed children, if you this is the master supplier, and then you have 3, 4 more suppliers beneath it, you can add them here. Let's add a phone number in this contact information. Let's add an Indian one. Okay, phone number is Okay, phone device is mobile, primary used for billing, remit to and shipping. Cool, and visibility is public means this address is visible, or this phone number is visible to public. Address. Here we can do something. So we'll say 10th cross, 15th Avenue, city is New York, state is New York. Usage. Here we have to define the address usage. For what purpose? Apart from billing, remit, shipping, we'll say we'll use this for mailing address also, for other business also, for street, for tax reporting. Then let's add an email also. Email is hhh or Twitter at gmail.com. And this would be a primary address used for billing, remit to and shipping, and for procurement also. Visibility again is public. Now let's go to the settlement bank account. Okay, we'll add one bank account. Now this is a supplier bank account, not our bank account. So where the supplier needs payment from us. Twitter SGFC. Okay, checking means our current account. Okay, country I'll pick India because it's hard to find the US bank codes and everything. So let's pick India only. Now it will ask for an IFSC code. Yes, so let's say SGFC. Bank name SGFC Limited. Account number is your okay. Name on account. So what's a supplier account name? Adani Ports, right? Adani Ports. Bank instructions. We don't work on any day. So supplier connection, payment times and payment types. I'll just tell you about the basic one, which is important right now. Okay, requires pre-note. So pre-note is nothing but checking, like suppose you have you used a credit app or any other app which verifies your credit card by sending 1
Yes.
rupee to your account?
Yes.
Okay, so simply for verifying your bank account, okay, the main bank account or your bank account will verify if you have added the right bank account details by sending some, we call it penny test. Okay, they will send a penny in your account or the supplier account just to verify if the account details are correct or not. If it gets credited, then yes, it is correct. If it doesn't, means it is not correct. And then you have to look at back your details. So pre-note payment type is EFT. Now this is done. Tax information. Okay. So if we have any tax details for the supplier, they have provided some tax details, then yes, you can use the tax IDs and tax status here. Okay. Otherwise, leave it blank. Simple, dimple. Alternate names. So it has any alternate names like Adani, Adani, let's say Adani Port, Adani Shipping. Okay, and where this name would be used. So let's say purchase order name, doing business as, like this. And then you can say limit to address one like this. Procurement options. Okay. If this supplier can invoice any other supplier, then we'll click on this checkbox. Enable text changes in the supplier portal. Enable your supplier contact to enter the change or change text information on supplier invoices created from a purchase order. So basically, there's a concept called supplier portal, but that's very high level thing. We'll not get into that. So what happens is just like this link, okay, what you are seeing right now, there will be like a separate ID and password for the supplier contact to whom we'll reach out to for like saying that, okay, we have processed your payments, what's the status of goods and services. So just like that, we have supplier contact who can log into supplier portal and then they can change the text details if they have any. There will be separate link like this. Okay. So Workday will generate a special link for them where they will use just like our, we use like ID and password, same thing. And I'll just show you on the home page, they will have a worklet or dashboard where they will have 3 4 applications to use like my open supplier invoices, my POs, my receipts, and all those kind of things. Because right now we don't have any purchase item which we have created or a spend category. But let's for demo purpose, let me add one. Later on, I can create a spend category. That's not an issue. Because by default, you will see कि जब भी हम supply को लेंगे for any transaction, this spend category will come as default, like catering. And this is again, sorry, a global location number, a unique number for the supplier. And let's talk about this purchase order options, issue options. How do you want to issue the purchase order? So we'll issue it via email only, always. We'll go to primary and twitter@gmail.com. If you want to disable change order, means the purchase order which you create, and the supplier says, yeah, I won't accept any change orders. So supplier says, okay, I won't accept this kind of behavior. So you'll say, okay, I'll disable the change order feature for you, where once a PO is created from our side, issued to you, will not make any changes to our PO. So for that feature, click on this disable change order. Or let's not click on this for practice purposes. Shipping terms. Okay, so it's a free carrier, free origin. Okay, FOB destination. A freight on board destination means when it will reach the destination, the party who's receiving it, that party will pay. Or freight on board origin means the party like supplier from the origins where it has originated, that party will pay. So no need to get into any of this. Shipping method, roadways express, priority overnight. No need to get into this. Acknowledgement expected. When we issue the PO, we expect an acknowledgement from the supplier that yes, you have received the PO sent by us. If you want to do that, but it's like an additional step on the PO, we have to acknowledge it. Supplier minimum order amount. Without this, will not deliver anything to you. Let's say 1,000. Okay. Minimum order amount currency is USD. Advanced ship notice, we all know, right? When we buy from Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. So in girls' case, this is more of Myntra. In boys' case, this is more of Amazon and Flipkart. So advanced ship notice is nothing like we have shipped your dresses, we have shipped your heels, all those things, items and everything. That's called advanced ship notice. Will inform you in advance that what's the status of your parcel or courier. Now in 10 days you will reach your destination, or 5 days, or 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, or the courier person has left and he will deliver by the end of day tonight today. So like that. So advanced ship notice is required, and in how many days he will inform us? Let's say 5 days. Okay. Related work tag. It's a cost center they have enabled. Let's add a cost center here. So by default, whenever we select the supplier, this cost center will also appear. Classifications. Okay. So if you want to enable a spend category hierarchy, you can do that here. Otherwise, let's talk about this interesting feature. And then you can create your own classification. I'll show you. There's a task called maintain supplier classification. Using that, you can do it. Let me give you a gyan on 30 seconds on this. In US, in Europe, in Canada, and not sure about Middle East, Habibi, but in your European markets or regions or Americas, Latin America. Now, there is a rule, okay, and it's part of your corporate governance also, and social responsibility also, that you have to give business. So earlier, what was happening is, suppose I'm a white-owned company, I'm a white person, I'm the chairman, and I'll give business to only white peoples, not people, sorry, people, white people only. I'll not give business to like black community or black people or to Asians. I hate Asians like that. So government passed out a rule in US that you can't do that. You can just simply give um, all of your what do you call business or requirements to just one company or few selected race or ethnicity or religion based kind of that work, right? You have to segregate to different people or communities. So that law, when it came, it was like a game changer. So earlier companies had monopoly wherever they wanted to ask this stuff, they could do it. Okay. And other small vendors and people were not getting a chance to get the business from the big companies. And because of this, now they have to give like 25% of their requirements or business to companies, races like LGBTQ community. Okay. Now you have to give that. You have to publish a report saying that, okay, this is the business we have given to this many races or communities or groups. So, hota kya hai ki, like you have to give your business to a black community, veterans, women owned, widow owned businesses, LGBTQ, gay, lesbians, like that. And supplier classification by country. And there's a proper check also from the government. You can't say, okay, it's not like that. You have to have documents also. So widow owned businesses or veteran owned businesses, LGBTQ community. So this is called supplier classification in Workday. And it's happening. It's not just that, you won't believe what's happening on the global level. Now you have to submit the carbon footprint detail also to the governments, to the environment agencies. And how? Like how many of your employees travel from one location to another location using the car, using the flight, using the rail. So like that, as you know, it's a CSR thing kind of thing. So it's mandatory. And this classification is also mandatory. Restore my supplier. Huh? So if you want to add anything, you can do it. If it's a contingent worker, do not reimburse contingent worker expense reports. So it's like, yeah, I just got hired for 10 days in this company for a project and I submitted an expense report, big expense report. So I can disable that. Okay, we do not allow contingent worker to submit expense reports. Attachment is just like an attachment, note is just like note. Okay. So we are good to go. And remember, we have to give this ID here. So we'll submit this. Let me quickly, oh, this default text got disappear, right? Okay. Thanks for doing business with us. Okay, let's log in with one of these guys and let's approve the supplier. Uh, Start proxy with start proxy. Yeah. Hidden plan. When you're configuring tenant and all those things, the security is the key thing. You have to assign all these roles, security groups, user security groups to everyone.
Mhm.
So now you everything, nothing will work. Na? DPM you have 10 steps, but you've not assigned the roles. So to get hung unassigned all of the time. So let's go back. Our supplier is ready as Adam Carden. Start proxy. Okay. Let's find the supplier first. Adani Port. Okay. We will go to find suppliers then. Good, it's active. Identification ID. I look at this ID is it's one. Done. Okay. So now this you see supply connection tab was not there earlier. This contact and purchase orders, supplier contact. So if you go to supplier contact, you can add one contact here. Let's say Mr. James. James Richard. Richard. Contact information. Add an email. James at Gmail. So work use for billing and bookkeeping queries. Okay, done. Supply connections. Married. Supply connection name is well, Adam Briggs. Method. Director shipping terms. Uh, Again, that is option email default view email primary default remedy connection. Let's see, some of them. Good. What is this? Windows installer, require parameter, install this. So basically, if you look at this, it's nothing, it's based on different connections. So one supplier can have multiple connections and places, right? So from there, if you want to order that order from like Gauri shop, all that's part of same, just like Reliance Digital, right? Reliance Digital
Mhm.
has branches across India. In Delhi also, they will have 10 different branches, just like
Yes.
that. Same,
Okay.
in simple
Understood.
words. Okay.
Okay.